Hey guys, welcome. I'm Dan Levinson. I'm commentating with Joe Brown, and we'll be commentating today's round 2 match between Jeudy Azzarelli and Anthony Rossano. But before we get into that, I'm going to take a look at the players we have on our roster versus this round 2 match. A couple big name ones. We got Angel Miranda versus Simon Yip. Got another Chupa Cross versus Anashikar.
We also have Jake Skirchak against Tommy Cooling.
Okay, cool.
Two
Another
world qualified players.
Another big names.
And also, when you talked about Angel versus Simon, both of them are 0-1 right now, and it's a 5-round tournament, the Invitational. So whoever loses that match is highly likely that they probably won't move on to top 8. So that's going to be interesting to see.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it depends on the resistance and everything. But, I mean, just looking at the names some more, we see also Tiago Maltez and Kazi Rahman. I mean, a lot of these, like half of the field right now, they're all qualified for Worlds. So it should be a lot of like top-level play here going on.
Right.
At this.
New York, New Jersey is definitely a stacked region. We have a lot of Worlds qualified players. So this Invitational, it's like the top 30 players from our region. So obviously it's the best of the best.
Yep. But it looks like we're going into this round right now between both players. We see on screen right now is Jeudy with a team of Kangaskhan, Groudon, Xerneas, Crobat, Cresselia, and Smeargle.
And Anthony has a really awesome team. He's down on the bottom screen. He has a Clefairy, a Sableye, Staraptor, Yveltal, Snorlax, and a Groudon. So you really don't see back up. A Snorlax, a Clefairy, Staraptor. You never see these things. This is going to be a really fun match.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of times, we're so used to seeing the same teams of, Cresselia, the Big 6 team, Double Primal team. But, Anthony is one of those players that just likes to use different stuff. And today we see quite a few Pokemon. I mean, honestly, besides the Yveltal Groudon, we see 4 Pokemon that have seen hardly any use. So should be a nice feature match for right now.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited to see Sableye in action because at the beginning of the season, I really tried to make Sableye work, but Xerneas is just so strong that I wasn't able to get it. So I'd love to see Anthony do well with Sableye on this team.
Yeah, but I mean, I really like that, I like the Clefairy. We've been seeing that a lot, lots of redirection that it has, especially with that friend guard ability. But it looks like we are jumping right into this between Jeudy and Anthony. Jeudy is on the top of your screen, Anthony on the bottom.
And both players are 1-0, right?
No, both players are 0-1.
Oh, 0-1. Excuse me. Sorry. They're 0-1. So another
Yep.
really important victory for both Jeudy and Anthony here.
Exactly. We do see Jeudy leading off with that Smeargle Xerneas lead, while Anthony going for the Staraptor Snorlax.
Yeah, I don't think Jeudy has maybe if ever seen this open in VGC 2016. So Staraptor has the Intimidate ability, so it's kind of like a Talonflame without the priority, but with the Intimidate. So that's the trade-off that you're getting. So awesome open for Anthony.
Yeah, I mean, going into this match, though, with Jeudy, a lot of times we do see the general Dark Void, Geomancy, but instead we're going to see a Fake Out, though, going right onto that Snorlax, though Geomancy is going to go up here onto Jody's side.
A lot of Smeargles actually aren't running Fake Out anymore. They switched out for King Shield or Spiky Shield or something like that. So that's interesting to see that Jeudy is still running with the Fake Out Smeargle.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of times, Smeargle is great for that setup aspect that it has. Lots of people tend to drop Fake Out, but, it's still good for when you want to set up Geomancy. But we do see the U-turn, though. Going to target that Smeargle, take it right under half. Going to be switching out here. Depending on the matchup, he needs to stop that Geomancy Xerneas now. But now we see Sableye coming out here.
So Sableye, he's going to have the ability to Fake Out himself because a lot of Sableyes run Fake Out. So even though Xerneas got that Geomancy boost, he's able to stop it for another turn. And by switching out the Staraptor, he can wait for a physical attacker to come in on Jody's end like Groudon and just keep, with that U-turn, keep swapping him out, getting the attack lowered.
Yeah, I mean, I think right now for Anthony, the real threat right now is Xerneas because it's got Geomancy up. But we do see the Sableye Mega Evolve here now. Going to change that ability to Magic Bounce. So any status conditions that go onto it will be bounced back to Jody's side. Fake Out, though, going to be targeting to that Xerneas here. While Smeargle goes for the Follow Me, so a dead turn for Jeudy here. This is a great chance for Anthony to get set up with his Snorlax.
Yeah, he's not Fake Out this turn. He's able to Belly Drum, so this Snorlax is ready to do some really heavy damage right now.
Yeah, Snorlax cutting its HP here, but it looks like he doesn't have that Citrus Berry. Probably depending, like, because a lot of players that tend to use Belly Drum, it cuts it right under half, so that Citrus Berry activates and gets some of its health back. So we'll have to see what item Snorlax is actually holding here.
Yeah, that's definitely odd. I'm used to with Azumarill having the Citrus Berry for the Belly Drum. But Mega Sableye, he's great with Magic Bounce. He's really a very strong counter to Smeargle. One, he can't be fake outed because he's a Ghost type, and two, with the Magic Bounce, he can't get Dark Voided. So it's definitely with a Pokemon that can't be put to sleep, and Snorlax is going to be strong.
Well, we do see that Cutsap Berry going, though. Going to have it go first here. That's going to put a huge amount of pressure onto that Xerneas, but Self-Destruct, though, huge amount of damage. That's going to be taking out that Smeargle here. Should be doing way amount of damage, and Xerneas is going to get taken out because of that Belly Drum from Snorlax.
Oh, right. I was kind of wondering what is going on here.
Yeah.
So Anthony has the Ghost type next to him, so Explosion is a normal type move. So it's basically, he's unable to be hit, and he knocked out both enemies at once. That was crazy.
Yeah. Well, something we do see, though, is that Sableye did go for that Psych Up, but because it doesn't have the Prankster ability, it's going to go after Snorlax, and Snorlax does have priority with Cut Sap. So it's going to be missing out on that Psych Up boost that Snorlax just got. So, however, we do see Staraptor coming out onto Anthony's side while Jeudy sends out both his Groudon and Cresselia.
Perfect timing for Anthony to bring back Staraptor, get the Intimidate off on Groudon. He's able to possibly U-turn. It's not a stab move, but it is super effective on Cresselia, so that'll get some good damage off on Cresselia here.
Yep, we do see the Desolate Land, though, coming out from Primal Groudon. And now, I don't know, I mean, he does have that Intimidate drop onto his Groudon, but we have to see what set Groudon is running here, because Staraptor not really going to be doing so much damage here.
Right, exactly. If he has Brave Bird, it's not going to do too much to Groudon. If it's a physical Groudon, he can have the if it's a special Groudon, he can have the Eruption, but he decides to protect.
Yeah, Groudon is going to be going for the Protect here. U-turn, though, that's going to target the Cresselia. Super effective here with that bug typing. Going to return back to Anthony here, and probably going to be switching out into a Legendary, most likely.
Yeah, so we know we haven't seen his fourth Pokemon, and it's his own Groudon. So
yeah.
He's able to match that. It's a good position as long as Groudon doesn't get a Precipice Blades off. Jeudy's Groudon gets an attack off first.
Jeudy just protected like in the future. I gotcha.
Right, for next turn.
Gotcha. Well, Knockoff is going to go ahead and target that Cresselia. Going to leave it with a couple HP there. We do see the Citrus Berry revealed here, and Cresselia goes for that Trick Room.
So, with the Trick Room, that reveals that Jody's Groudon is most likely a slow Groudon. Obviously, you want to take advantage of Trick Room. If I were Anthony, I'd probably switch out my Groudon and go back into the Staraptor to get the Intimidate off again.
Yep, Anthony doing just that. Switches out his Groudon, brings out the Staraptor, Intimidate once again, dropping that Groudon's attack stage by 1.
I think that was the best move he could possibly made there. No need for his Groudon to take any damage and get the knockout on the Cresselia.
Yeah, didn't need to make any special kind of play there. Why not just do as much damage as you can here. We do see the Eruption, though, going off. Going to take out both Pokemon, and we see a critical hit onto that Sableye.
So I don't know if the critical hit mattered. Depending on how Anthony's Sableye is EV'd, it is quite bulky once it Mega Evolves, so it might have. But Staraptor is really not bulky at all. This puts him at a 1-1 advantage. So Anthony went from a 3-1 advantage, looking really strong, to potentially a speed tie here.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like Anthony is going for the Protect here, though. So potentially it might even just be a very speedy Groudon. So we did see, however, that Intimidate drop onto the Groudon, though. So it should be able to take the Precipice Blades, but it really depends on how Anthony raised it.
Right, it was really smart for Anthony to protect on that first turn of this mirror, because he still didn't know if it was a physical or special Groudon. So seeing the Precipice Blades, -2 is not going to get it done, but his Precipice Blades will.
Yep, we do see Precipice Blades takes out Jody's Groudon, and Anthony takes this victory over Jeudy with a 1-0.
So that's pretty. It was a couple turns ago, but that Snorlax with the Explosion with the Belly Drum, that was an awesome play on Anthony's end. Definitely gets the 1-up advantage here in round 2. But I don't think he can really bring that Snorlax again. It kind of it served its purpose. Now he's got 2 chances to win with his other Pokemon here.
Yeah.
What do you think?
No, I agree. I mean, a lot of times whenever using like a gimmick, a tech Pokemon like that, I mean, Snorlax for example here, like you already know the whole set. You know the cut sap. You know it's coming, and I mean, I think Jeudy would be way more prepared for it now that he knows what set it has.
Yeah, I've never seen that berry before. I would. Plus, I've never really seen the Snorlax.
Yeah,
in,
I mean that's
VGC.
Well,
so.
I mean that strategy is more like a 2008, 2009, because it was very popular with Metagross, and so a lot of times, Snorlax would go for the belly drum, and then Metagross would go for the Psych Up, and then it would Psych Up and copy it, and then it might even have the Cut Sap berry when it wants to explode later on. So.
Well, that's a pretty similar strategy because we saw that Anthony Sableye has a Psych Up also, but Metagross in this format not too strong with the Groudons running around, so and Yveltal and things like that.
Yep. I mean, I think Anthony already. I mean, I don't know if that was a misplay on his part for going for the Psych Up onto Snorlax because he knew Cut Sap would be activating, but maybe he just didn't want to reveal the rest of his moveset. But anyway, we're going to game 2 here. We got Jeudy again on the top with Anthony on the bottom, leading with one game.
Yeah, so Jeudy's definitely no stranger to coming back. He's all the second place in Worlds, all these regional top cuts and PCs and everything. So if anyone can do it, he can. Yep,
very knowledgeable player here. But it looks like we see both players, comfortable with their leads, going straight for the same thing. Jeudy leading with that Xerneas, Jeudy leading with the Xerneas Smeargle, and once again Anthony leading with his Snorlax and Staraptor.
I think with having Jeudy having the knowledge of what his Snorlax, what Anthony Snorlax is up to, he can help better predict this turn. He can possibly go for a Dark Void instead of the Fake Out, unless the Snorlax is faster than Smeargle somehow, which I don't really see. He's a big guy. He's not that fast. He can probably get that off, and we know he doesn't have a Chesto Berry or a Lumberry. So that might be a better play for Jeudy here.
Yeah, Smeargle naturally faster than Snorlax, so wouldn't have to worry about any damage coming from to that Snorlax. And just like you said, Smeargle is going to go for that Dark Void, going to target both Pokemon. The interesting thing enough, though, is that Staraptor is actually slower than Smeargle, so perhaps it's a Scarf Smeargle. Going to have to see, though. With both Pokemon going to sleep here, Geomancy going off onto that Xerneas, and now Jeudy is in full control here right now with that boost.
Yeah, I can't remember from the first game if it's Scarf or not, but getting that Dark Void Geomancy off, that's a much better position than in Game 1, where he's able to put both of Anthony's Pokemon asleep for at least this turn. And now, Xerneas was already the fastest, very fast, but from the looks of it, Xerneas was slower than the Smeargle, so it's very bulky actually. So a lot of different speed tiers here with this matchup.
I don't know though. I mean, I think if I was in Anthony's shoes, I would probably be guessing though that Smeargle is Scarf though because of the switching and being faster and such. I think it's safe to say that. But we're going right in. Snorlax actually going first here, probably going for a Protect, but Xerneas going straight for that Dazzling Gleam, gonna knock out that Staraptor. And Smeargle just be going for another Dark Void.
Yeah, there's no need to just do anything fancy here. Just keep Dark Voiding until Snorlax wakes up.
Yeah.
This is what I was talking about of not bringing Snorlax in Game 2 because you already revealed that tech. You already revealed what he was up to, and Jeudy was prepared for it much better this time.
I mean, a lot of times when you're doing these best 2 out of 3 games, you really need to adjust. And, if one of your Pokemon is so obvious about what it's going to do, you want to, hey, I got 2 more Pokemon. Let me switch that out and do something different and try and throw my opponent off. But we do see Sableye come out on Anthony's side. Cuts it, Barry. It's going to activate. Is it going to wake up, though? However, we do see the Sableye Mega Evolving. So much anticipation here right now, seeing if Snorlax is going to be able to wake up here or not.
Yeah, this is a big turn for Anthony.
However, Jeudy is reading that, though. Protects his Xerneas here. Is it going to wake up? No, we see the Fake Out. We see the Follow Me. Does Snorlax wake up? So many priority here right now. No priority. And Snorlax still going to be asleep here for this turn.
I think that turn anyway. So even if he was able to wake up, obviously he can't use the Belly Drum because he's already at half health, and Dazzling Gleam's going to knock him out the next time Xerneas gets an attack off. So it feels like Snorlax is kind of in a tough position where he really had no option in that situation except for to bait straight into the obvious self-destruct.
Yeah, I don't know. Anthony really should play that around. I think he had a really strong game 1, but when you're playing with a tech Pokemon like that, you really want to switch it up here. We do see Sucker Punch being revealed from a Follow Me, and Dazzle Gleam is going to be taking out that Sableye. And Snorlax being left with a little bit, so going to have to see if it's going to be able to wake up here and throw in a Self-Destruct here. Does wake up, gets a Self-Destruct. So Smeargle going to be taken out here, and a good amount of damage being done to that Xerneas. Or more like under...
Smeargle, I think he's sashed, actually.
Is it?
It looks like he's not knocked out from it.
Wow,
yes.
Okay. Everybody running different speeds here. I'm so used to seeing, like, fast Xerneas or, you know, a slower Staraptor. I've, you know, never really seen that at all, but...
Yeah, I think that even though he only really, like, Snorlax had 12 damage, so it was best to self-destruct him, but with Smeargle having that Focus Sash, it really didn't accomplish anything. It didn't do a lot of damage to Xerneas because it's bulky. He wasn't +6 with the belly. He had no belly drum, so it really wasn't going, you know, too strong of an option for Snorlax there. And now he's down 4-1 with just his Groudon.
Yeah, I think at this point, you might just forfeit here. There isn't really much way of coming back, and Game 3 definitely, probably not bring that Snorlax.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I'd leave him back in the the PC for this game, but at least he didn't. What was good about not forfeiting there was he was able to see how much damage a +2 Moonblast does to his Groudon, which did about roughly like just under 75%. So he knows now how much he can pretty much take from that Xerneas.
Yep, he knows. I mean, it's funny because, you know, every single tournament there's always a change in the meta, and I remember that when Xerneas was just like super offensive, then it just tends to get more bulkier, and now it's like, what, I think it's like a 3-hit KO now with Precipice Blades because of that Xerneas, and even some people went bold on their Xerneas too. I know a lot of top players have been starting to go on that route. So
I feel like a lot of formats, as the seasons go along, the Pokemon get bulkier and bulkier, especially, you know, last season in 2015, but even here now, pretty much all Groudons and Kyogres are slow. Xerneases are all, you know, a lot of them are bold now with, you know, even the Smeargles, where it used to be max speed. You know, now all the Smeargles, a lot of them are slower to try to survive some double edges or power up punches or something like that. So that's just always what happens in the format. You start off super hyper aggressive, and then you end up being bulky.
Yeah, but we are moving on to this Game 3. I really, really hope he changes it up a little bit, because if he doesn't go for that same strategy again, Jeudy can read him now. He knows just, okay, go straight for the Dark Void. Oh, his Staraptor's slow. I'm not really afraid of it.
What's difficult with Anthony's last 2 Pokemon we haven't seen, Clefairy and Yveltal. Yveltal is weak to Xerneas, and Clefairy does no damage. So if he swaps out Snorlax for another support type, like another Smeargle, that's going to be one less attacker out there.
Yeah, but we're going to be seeing Anthony lead with Sableye Snorlax. Now that I'm liking, because Sableye does not get faked out because of its ghost typing. It does get threatened by Xerneas though, so maybe a fake out Belly Drum? I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like because Smeargle, now we know he's Sash, he's not Scarf, so he can fake out in Dark Void. But we really don't have that. Or Snorlax, again, like, he's not in a good position here because he can just get fake outed, or he can just go for the Dark Void again. Smeargle didn't Mega Evolve, so.
Yeah, fake out onto that Snorlax. Fake out going onto the Smeargle, though. Oh, that's unfortunate there. We see a critical hit, though, but now Xerneas is going to get that Geomancy up.
Yeah, I don't know why, or I think it would have been more optimal to fake out the Xerneas just so he doesn't get Geomancy off, because you knew Smeargle was going to fake out Snorlax. That's kind of a wasted fake out.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, when you're playing that kind of mind game, you don't want to fake out the potential fake outer because you're just wasting a turn if it doesn't go your way. And now Jeudy, again, is in a very favorable position now that he has a Geomancy Xerneas out.
Yeah, and so we know both of these Pokemon can possibly survive the Dazzling Gleam. Sableye probably not. He'd have to be really strong, really bulky, but Snorlax will survive the Dazzling Gleam, so he can go for the self-destruct again without any problems. But he switches out Sableye.
Yeah, Sableye is going to switch out on Anthony's side. He's going to be bringing in his Clefairy. Clefairy has the Friend Guard ability, so any damage done from Xerneas going to get reduced a little bit. Dazzling Gleam, though, going to go off here on both Pokemon. Clefairy taking a huge amount of damage, and Belly Drum's going to go off here. So now he's free to just self-destruct, but now he has to be aware. We just saw Smeargle reveal the Wide Guard, right?
Right. So
Yeah.
Smeargle revealed the wide guard there. So and Smeargle doesn't have to put anything to sleep right now, so he can just wide guard away. And Xerneas is faster than Snorlax, so it was great that Clefairy came in because he knew his calcs that if I bring Clefairy in, I'll have enough health where I can still belly drum and I'll have more than 50%. But we'll see if he's able to attack first.
Yeah, Clefairy gonna go off onto that Snorlax. Protect though from Xerneas. Clefairy gonna protect here also, so it's not carrying Eviolite as it normally does. Body Slam though, gonna target the Xerneas, however it protects, and Dark Void goes off from Smeargle.
Yeah, so again, Smeargle being faster than Snorlax in this situation, really, even if you can get +6 with all these cool techs, you're still not able to attack before Smeargle.
Yep, really unfortunate for Anthony there, trying to get that prediction. I mean, I think if he had gotten the Smeargle, maybe, but then he still has to be worried about this +2 Xerneas, so it's not really in his favor right now.
Right, and we can assume that Groudon is his last Pokemon, so he didn't bring Staraptor for the Intimidate against the opposing Groudon. And he has Mega Sableye, who's really not that much of an attacker, so it's not looking too bright for Anthony right now.
Yeah, follow me going off onto that Smeargle and Dazzling Gleam. Huge amounts of damage, gonna take out both Pokemon. So Anthony gonna be left with that Staraptor and potentially Groudon.
Yeah, it worked. It worked for Anthony game 1, getting that surprise double knockout against the Xerneas, but he's let Xerneas get Geomancy off in all 3 games, and eventually that's going to add up against you. Just don't let Xerneas just keep Geo Dazzling Gleam.
Yeah, I mean, I think the best bet for Anthony, which would have been, is just lead with that Groudon. You know that Xerneas is what's going to be threatening you. At least you could put that pressure, and you have the resistance being a fire type. So.
Right, definitely. And not bringing Staraptor this game, you know, he didn't really. I guess that was a better play because he hasn't needed the Intimidate really. But still bringing Snorlax, it's tough because his options were Snorlax or Yveltal, and Yveltal still loses to Xerneas, just like Snorlax. So
yeah, I don't know. I mean, when you're adjusting between best of threes, you want to know what your biggest threat is, and Xerneas clearly takes out his entire team if it gets set up, and unfortunate for that happened. Fake Out though, gonna go off onto that Smeargle here. Psych Up though from Groudon, gonna be able to copy that Xerneas, so it's gonna get all the boosts that Xerneas has. So now he's in trouble. And on top of that, now if it works for him and he's able to not get Dark Voided here, Anthony might actually have a chance.
Yeah, but the Xerneas is still pretty fast. It's faster than both his Pokemon. So the question is, will Jeudy Dazzling Gleam to do double damage, or go for the Moonblast to do as much damage as possible to the Groudon?
Yeah, Smeargle is going to be going for that Wide Guard. Sucker Punch, though, not going to do a whole bunch of damage onto that Xerneas. And the Pressing Slice is going to get negated by that Smeargle. Dazzling Gleam will be taking out that Sableye and should be doing a bit of chub damage, but, you know, because of that Psych Up, though, from Geomancy, not so much.
Right.
So now Jody's in a better position here. You know, he has the Smeargle to threaten with either a Wide Guard or a Dark Void, and Xerneas is still at +2, but he still has that Groudon in the back.
What I would have loved to see from Anthony's end is having a special Groudon, because then he can really take advantage of those Psych Ups on Geomancies.
Yep, and because we just saw the Psych Up happening, so now Groudon was going to be faster than that Smeargle. Moonblast going off onto the Groudon, but again, that Geomancy. We do see special attack drops, so it's still going to be at +1, though.
Right, but his attack moves are Fire Punch and Restless Blade, so his special attack isn't there. Kangaskhan coming in here, just fake out Moonblast and, you know, GG.
I'm really curious if he's going to go for a Power Punch or a Protect here, if he does carry it or not. Going to see that Kangaskhan go Mega Evolve here. Let's see if that fake out Moonblast happens, though. Groudon does go for the Protect. And what does Kangaskhan do? Nope, doesn't go for it. Moonblast, and there's a Power Punch. So, does get the prediction on that, and now it looks like it might be Jody's game here.
The most next level play of every Pokemon match is the Power Punch into your own teammate. Like, that's the funnest
it's the best.
thing to see.
I do it every tournament. It's that good. It's like, oh no, I'm going to get threatened here. I better protect. Okay, free boost from Power Punch.
Right, and Xerneas is such a great partner for Kangaskhan because that Power Punch does nothing to him.
Yep, we do see the Sucker Punch take out that Groudon, and Jeudy takes the game 2-1. I really like the psych up, though. I really thought Anthony might have been able to make a comeback right there.
Yeah, Anthony's team was awesome there. The
Yeah.
only one we didn't get to see was Yveltal, which makes sense because of the Xerneas, but
Yep.
that Snorlax game 1,
Yeah.
that was really awesome
Yeah.
to see.
Really threatening. But, well, it looks Jeudy takes this game, and we'll be moving on to round 3 shortly. Thanks for watching, guys, and we will be right back.